Are you ready?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to another episode of Inside the Valley. That's Dustin Black. I'm William Cockrell, and we are in a special location. Did you know we're in a special location?
I did not know that.
We are in a nation that just turned 250 years old yesterday. God bless America.
Hell
Dustin.
yeah. Happy
God
4th,
bless.
man.
Happy 4th. And we're about to beat the hell out of the Belgians on Monday, aren't we? Don't eat waffles. Please don't eat waffles for at least 24 hours. Can we do that?
Is that what they're known for? Waffles and chocolate? Is that their thing?
Belgian waffles, Belgian chocolate, and getting their bells rung on the soccer pitch. Right? Did I say that right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
So
Can you name me two Belgian soccer players?
The goalie.
What's his name?
Don't know, but I know he's good. Probably eats waffles.
Probably does.
You know what? You know a fun fact about Belgium? Belgium is one of the reasons that Germany didn't conquer the entirety of Europe during World War I. So when the Nazis were trying to do the I'm forgetting what it's called, the constriction. They were trying to constrict on Europe. They had to go up through Belgium to get to France. Well, it rained, and they thought the Belgians were just going to roll over and surrender and give them their country. And the Belgians said, nah, and they fought them. They lost, but they fought them for like 3 or 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
And it rained while they were fighting them. So then they couldn't roll the tanks through the mud. It took them longer to get there, which gave England and the other countries time to mobilize and get to France to protect them from being able to take it. So at least Belgium did that for us.
So that's kind of like what we're doing to the World Cup field is Belgium's just in our way. Like we're gonna get to England, we're gonna get to France eventually. They need time to mobilize, but like Belgium's gonna fight a little bit, but they're just in our way at this point.
Absolutely. And the difference is it rained on the Germans. You know what it rained on us? Balagun, flows back.
I'm so happy, man.
Balagun? How do you pronounce Balagun?
Balagun.
Can I tell you, my son has been playing soccer, and every time he scores now, he does this because he saw Balagun do that twice. So now he just runs on the house doing the LeBron, which he doesn't know it's LeBron. He thinks it's the U.S. soccer team.
Yeah, he thinks he invented it. Wow, what a conundrum.
Which is way cooler.
Yeah.
But anyway, did you have a good 4th? What did you do for the 4th?
Absolutely nothing, man. We stayed home, grilled.
So you did something.
Good old time.
I love that. My kids watched fireworks for the first time. They've been terrified of fireworks their whole life.
Did you do the fireworks or just watch them from? Oh, okay.
Dude, I'm so cheap. I would not spend money on fireworks. I would not ever do it.
It would just piss you off knowing like they last about 16 seconds and it's like, yep, there's $45 in the air.
I would be so angry. Instead, I went outside in the 88-degree humid weather of 9 o'clock at night and watched as 5 households around me had to have been $1,000 worth of fireworks. Nice. I felt like I was literally at war. I felt like I was in Yorktown during the Revolution, and there was bombs going on all around me, even though there weren't bombs in the Revolutionary War, but there was cannon fodder, and fire. I mean, to my south, to my east, my west, and my north, literally, all my never eat south watermelons were covered. Sour watermelons were covered by fireworks. It was pretty freaking awesome.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. And there was a Russian in our yard while we watched it.
A Russian?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Even Russians on the 4th of July.
Anything you want to disclose there?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
No, I'm good. Let's go USA. Let's kick Belgium's teeth in. Name, can you name me a Belgian soccer player?
Yeah, Courtois is their goalie. Kevin De Bruyne is their midfielder. Romelu Lukaku is going to come off the bench. He's old and fat now, but he's still kind of a factor.
What's fat in soccer?
I mean, like 190 is pretty much fat. In soccer.
Over 150 pounds. 190. Give me a break. Yeah. That's like when I watch these basketball, like the NBA. I watch the NBA and I'm like, dude, that dude's jacked. Like he's broad, like all that stuff. And I look at his weight and I'm like, dude, 20.
Yeah.
You're 6'10", 220, and you look broad. Man, I might be skewed a little bit.
Maybe.
You know what we are here to talk about, though? Not just the 250th birthday of the greatest country on the planet. Not how the U.S. is about to beat the Belgians in soccer, but the top 25 Clemson players of 2026. We've made it to our final five, Dustin, and we didn't agree on a lot of things. But you know what we did agree on? We agreed on 1 through 4. We had a little disagreement on 5.
Same order, 1, 2, 4.
Exactly, except for number 5. I mean, it's pretty beautiful.
Yep.
I mean, this. Are we not in lockstep?
Pretty much. Well, see, however it worked out with the points with us doing a conjoined list. Number 5 was my number 5, so this is my top 5. The top 5 that we ended up with is my top 5.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you want to just sit the episode out, I'll just go through them if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead, man. This is your this is your list. No, Dustin and I are so in lockstep that he cut his finger open. He had to get stitches, so he went a little bit further than me. And I cut my thumb open in the same exact day. Before the episode last week, Dustin says, "Hey, I screwed my finger up."
Yeah.
And I literally lifted my finger up, and I had a little band. I had a little boo-boo on mine. I cut mine cutting an avocado like a real man.
Yeah.
What did you do again?
I was being an idiot.
We can only imagine. We
Yeah.
can only imagine. But you know, it's not idiotic as your top 5 list. I do agree with your top 5 list, Dustin, because you have this next person, the highest. I know you're the highest person, maybe in all of college football, on this guy. Please tell us about Elliott Washington at 5.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, this is one of the biggest transfer pickups for Clemson this year. I think that he's going to have, obviously, an immediate impact, going to start opposite of Ashton Hampton and kind of replaces Avion Terrell in that sense. But just nothing but good reviews out of this guy out of spring ball. Like, literally just a magnet to the ball. Like, created so many turnovers, and it only took about a day or two where, you know, they're interviewing players, and they're like, can you tell us about some of the transfers? And guys are literally smiling and saying, Elliott Washington is going to be a dude. So, played with Tom Allen's, scheme before, so has a familiarity with the system. I think this guy is going to be a special player, and I think that when we look back as far as impact for the transfers that we get out of the transfer portal this year, I think he's going to have the biggest. And I think that him and Ashton Hampton are going to be probably the best duo in the ACC. Can you think of a corner duo that's better than Elliott Washington and Ashton Hampton, where both guys are getting first-round buzz? Actually, Elliott Washington's not getting first-round buzz.
Yes, he is.
I'm the lone soldier out there.
Hey, if there's not an Elliott Washington fan, you're dead.
Well, think about it this way, too. Like, as far as combine, that dude's going to test out of this world. He's going to run. He's going to run 4.3 at the combine.
Yeah, that is not that. If he puts out decent tape and he runs what we expect him to run, he's been clocked at a 4.26.
Yeah, like he is legitimately like track fast. So a good year of film, good year statistically, and just goes to the combine and shows out. I think that this guy could end up being first-round corner.
Yeah, and all your notes were all my notes. Played for Tom Allen, great spring, extremely fast, loves football, long. Gets after the football, cares, wants to be out there. I'm not quite as high as you. You had him at 5, obviously, and I have him at 7. So it's not like I'm low on him. I think Elliott Washington is going to be a phenomenal football player for the Clemson Tigers, and I think he's going to be one of people's favorites when all is said and done. I think I can see Ashton Hampton being your steady Eddie, and I can see Elliott Washington making some big-time freaking plays this year. I think with his ball hawk ability, you think of like a Nnamdi Asomugha way back in the day, about 10 years ago for the Eagles, or was it for the Raiders? I think he played for both. And what he did really well was he would bait quarterbacks into throwing the football, and he might give up something every now and then. Elliott Washington has that skill set.
Yep.
At 5'11", I don't know if he's the same size as Asomugha. I think Asomugha was a 6'1" guy. Regardless, Elliott Washington is a better athlete than Asomugha, and I think we're going to be able to see that. And if you run a 4.26 and you're agile, yeah, you're going to be able to jump some routes. So I'm super excited to see him inside the valley this coming year, right? And we don't have to wait very long for that. Anything else on him?
No, I mean, I just excited to watch him play, man. I think that
Me too.
the reviews were just so overwhelmingly good. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't really much negative about him at all. Like every review out of people who watched him in the spring is like, "Yep, yeah, he's a problem for the offense."
And it's so, and you think about it, people might assume that it's because he's a transfer. Oh, he's getting glazed because he's a transfer. Justin, what have you heard about London Merritt during spring?
I mean, a little bit, not great, not much.
What'd you hear about Marcus Strong?
Yeah,
We're high on these two guys, so I'm not trying to knock these two guys.
no, it just has not been to the level that we've heard about Elliot Washington.
That's
Elliot
my
Washington, like literally, people were saying Elliot Washington was the best player on the defense in the spring, hands down.
Right. And that's with guys that we have ranked above him.
Yeah.
Also playing in this defense. So
Right.
do with that what you may.
Yep.
Now,
Does he have to do it when he puts the jersey on and it's lights on and it matters? Yeah, of course he does. But this is a veteran. This is a veteran player. It's not like he's coming in as a sophomore. Like this guy's played in the Big Ten. This guy's played big time minutes. So I feel pretty sure that he's going to be immediately ready.
Does iron sharpen iron?
Oh, absolutely, man.
Who is Elliot Washington going to be covering in the fall? During fall camp.
A lot of guys we have ranked directly above him.
Mm-hmm. So I would put my money on Elliot Washington flying up draft boards because you know what people care about a lot in the NFL? Stopping the pass.
Mm-hmm.
And they love speed. You know what helps stop the pass and run fast? That's a cornerback. So we'll see. Number four. I kind of want to lead off this one. You mind if I lead off this one?
Yeah. Well, do you want to kind of? I think it's going to spark a bunch of debate between 4 and 3 because I think people like. I guess we should preface it by saying that you could probably flip these and no one would argue. Neither one of us would argue.
I would love to have them tied.
Yeah, me too.
But we don't because this is America and we don't do ties.
Go ahead, man. You got him. You got number 4.
I'll do number 4. So Bryant Wesco. Bryant Wesco Jr. Is he a junior?
He is.
Why'd that make me panic a little bit? Bryant Wesco. So the biggest thing about Bryant Wesco is everyone's like, well, he had the neck injury. Cool. You know who else had a neck injury? Their junior year?
Mike Williams.
What did he do his senior year?
He went 7th overall.
He had 98 catches. He had 1,361 yards. He had 11 touchdowns. He had 91 yards a game. Was he okay after that neck injury?
Yeah, he was all right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bryant Wesco, similar injury. And Bryant Wesco is coming off a better performance from the year prior. So Bryant Wesco last year, before he gets hurt in the SMU game, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So he's played 7 games, 31 catches, 537 yards, 17.3 yards a catch, 6 touchdowns, 76.7 yards per game. The craziest thing about this is Bryant Wesco averaged the same exact amount of receiving yards per game his freshman year. Isn't that pretty wild?
That is wild.
That's pretty wild to me. 17.3 yards per catch 2 years in a row. And that's a freaking great stat, by the way. So he was on pace to have around 70 catches last year and was on pace to get around the 1,000-yard mark. We were going to have a 1,000-yard receiver last year had he not got hurt, allegedly. And so had he continued the pace he was on, he would have had 62 catches, 1,074 yards, and 12 touchdowns. Is that pretty good?
It's pretty good.
That's a lot of production. Again, he did hurt his neck. He's come back. His trainers talked about how he's come back stronger and faster, and he didn't think like he was going to tell him to sit out this year if he was hurt or really slow it down, and he's already back at full speed. He was a partial participant during spring ball. He will probably be full go in fall, which is crazy. And this is just somebody who the ceiling is the roof, as Michael Jordan would say, and what he can do with the football in his hand. Bryant Wesco is a guy who can take the top off, but that can also slow it down, choke it down, and play inside. He can play the outside routes, he can play the inside routes, and he can burn you deep. He can do every route on the route tree he can do, and he can do well. If I want to nitpick his game, there was a few times last year, I think Georgia Tech in specific, which he had one of his best games, so this is very nitpicky. but the Georgia Tech game in specific, he had a couple drops in key scenarios.
On some key third downs, yeah.
Third down drops. Shore those up. Okay, cool. We can move on. Bryant Wesco probably won't get drafted this year. We'll talk about that later on. He definitely has the ability to. I think the medicals will scare some people, and he'll come back and be able to play 2 years in a row. But why do you have Bryant Wesco at the same exact spot?
Well, yeah, I mean, I went back and forth with him and TJ a lot, but I said one time on Twitter, it's fun to debate the two, but it's even more fun knowing that you have both. You know what I mean? Like it's like you literally have Wesco and you literally have Wesco and TJ, so it's great to have them both. And if you want to flip them, that's fine. But I just think from a player standpoint, like Wesco's ceiling is just so high because of his tools. Like the guy is legitimately really, really fast, like 4.3, 4.4 fast. He's got good length. He's also just super fluid as an athlete. I still think he's a little bit underrated as a route runner by Clemson fans. I think maybe people think that he's just kind of like a deep ball guy that just, can take the top off a defense, but this guy can legitimately run routes. He's got good start stop, really fluid. And just, I think he's an all-around receiver.
The 70-yard touchdown against Georgia Tech proves that.
Yeah.
He caught the ball 5 yards from the line of scrimmage and took it to the house. Burnt everybody.
It's even hard to like comp him to past Clemson wide receivers because there's not a lot of guys that have been like him that are that fast and that length. Like I think the closest with like what Chad Morris has had before is maybe like a Martavis Bryant.
Martavis Bryant is exactly who I was thinking, but
and he had about I just looked it up. He had like 800 yards his senior year, 19 yards a catch. So maybe that's a good comp for him in the Chad Morris offense.
Yeah, and that was an offense that was shared with Sammy Watkins. So
yeah,
so to have an 800-yard receiver along with Sammy Watkins, how many yards did Sammy have that year? Did he have 1,000?
Oh, I don't know, probably.
Yeah, so that's pretty insane, and that's something I think. The TJ Moore and Bryant Wesco duo, is it far-fetched to say is talent-wise different from the Sammy Watkins Martavis Bryant duo? I don't think so. I think Sammy Watkins has more star power than those two.
Mm-hmm.
I think this can be just as dynamic as a duo.
Yeah,
if not more dynamic. You think about Nuke Hopkins and Sammy Watkins. That's one. That's probably the top duo we've ever had. Right. This is probably two. T. Higgins and Amari Rodgers maybe are up there.
It's up there, man. I'm telling you.
That's another conversation. This duo is lethal. It's a
lethal duo that played in a bad offense for 2 years.
A horrible offense. That
not
was
2024. 2024 they were fine, but last year was just not. They did not get showcased the way they should.
No, 2024 statistically they seemed fine. They were not fine in 2024. Yeah. I've lied to myself enough about that 2024 season. That 2024 season, they could play a half of football better than anybody else.
Yeah.
They could not play two halves of football. Could not do it. Refused to do it.
That's fair.
You go back even the last game they played the first quarter and the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's accurate.
That years to piss me off. But Bryant Wesco, phenomenal football player. I really hope he is 100% healthy. I hope that's not smoke being blown. But you watch the videos of him working out with his trainer, going down to Florida and working out with TJ Moore and a big freaking star powered group of receivers. I think it was Chad Ochocinco's camp.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
he's been going around a lot. Yeah, he's been training pretty hard,
and he's a low key guy. TJ Moore has more star to him in terms of personality, but even TJ Moore is kind of low key compared to most people. He just puts himself out there more on social media.
Well, too, I want to say this, and I can say this about TJ Moore too, is that with Garrett Riley, guys tended to stay in the same position to where Bryant Wesco was the X receiver who stayed on the left-hand side of the football field, and that was his spot, right? Chad Morris is going to move these guys around a lot, and it's going to be so much. It's going to be so much fun to see Bryant Wesco in the slot, just trying to get a good matchup. You know what I mean? There's just going to be so much stuff like that you're just going to be you're not going to be able to prepare for it like you think you can. You know what I mean?
You need to stop talking like this.
I know you get excited when I talk like that. This is
getting me excited. So, Chad Morris, one of the things he talked about ad nauseum when I was there was, you better learn X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
There ain't no X receivers, ain't no Y receivers, ain't no Z receivers. You are a wide receiver. You better learn X, Y, and Z. Because I cannot tell you how many times on a Friday film or a Saturday film, so when we do a Saturday walkthrough, they would talk about if you see cornerback X, slide him over. If he follows, the ball is going there. I don't give a damn what defense they play. They will find their targets and they will say, hey, TJ Moore's skill set is, or Bryant Wesco's skill set is perfect for this nickel corner. If they're matched up, we will manufacture that matchup and make it happen. Whereas Garrett Riley is like, well, this is what we got. My ex is on their best receiver. Or on their best corner. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this? We don't have to. You can
right.
Like what we talked about too in the offseason or in the beginning of the offseason was how much stress Chad Morris puts on defenses through window dressing, with motions and different formations and lining up receivers in the backfield and motioning them out, doing banana motions, just all these different things he does to put stress on the defense. Why have we not been doing that for the longest time with the weapons we have? We're going to see that this year with Bryant Wesco and TJ Moore, which is a perfect segue. Dustin, take us into TJ Moore, please, even though we've kind of already talked about him.
Yeah, TJ Moore is just a dude, man. Like you said, he's got a little bit more star potential than Wesco. I think this guy is a star. And it's kind of sad to see him leading up to this year. And look, I know the college football, it's probably – I think year over year is getting more and more loaded at the receiver position. I think there's just so many wide receivers coming out that are super, super talented with the 7-on-7 circuit and the money that's being paid in the NFL that there's just the amount of receivers in college football that are really, really good now.
The receiver's the new running back.
It's immense. So I get it. There's a lot of talent in college football, but I see top 10 list and TJ Moore is not on the top 10 wide receivers in college football. It's crazy. It's crazy. I just want you to tell me, what part of TJ Moore's game doesn't translate to the NFL? The guy's got sticky hands. He's a hands catcher, right? Great route runner, great stop-start, has breakaway speed to where he can run away defenders in the long run. You know what I mean? This guy's exceptional. And I think that he is going to be, I'm not going to compare him and Sammy Watkins. I think they're two completely different players. But I think this is going to be your Sammy Watkins in the Chad Morris offense.
Yeah, Oh, you think he's going to be the Sammy Watkins?
I think he's going to be the guy. I think that's going to be the guy that you're looking to get 10 to 12 touches every game at least. Just get him the football, and I wouldn't be surprised if he had 5 to 6 plus 100-yard games this year.
Well, and let's double down on that. This is why we have him one spot ahead of Bryant Wesco.
Yeah.
So Bryant Wesco played the majority of the SMU game. Who dominated that game?
TJ Moore.
We remember TJ Moore from that game. Unfortunately, we do not remember Bryant Wesco from that game besides the injury.
Yeah.
TJ Moore had his best game when, 1, Chris Fazzino was his quarterback. 2, Chris Fazzino was his quarterback. No, we do. What else we need to say? TJ Moore had 4 touchdowns last year. Half of them came in the SMU game. There's zero reason why TJ Moore should not have found the end zone more than he did.
Yeah, and it took him housing a 75-yard tunnel screen against Duke just to get him a touchdown. It's can we please throw this guy the ball in the red zone? Especially coming off the Texas game the year before, where the guy was obviously the best receiver on the field, hands down. And, you think coming – I was going to say, you think coming into the year, it's okay, we know what we have in TJ Moore, and then it never materializes for whatever reason. So – I just think that, and going back to what we said about Wesco and Chad Morris lining guys up, TJ Moore lined up in the slot a lot in that second half of the Texas game.
Yeah.
And he feasted.
And ate.
Yeah. So
against an NFL corner.
Yeah. You're going to see that a lot. You're going to see him move around. He's going to be so much fun.
How old was TJ Moore in that game? What year 19? Was he in college? He was a true freshman against Texas,
that was his freshman.
Going up against an NFL corner and was dicing his ass up. So yeah, I if you don't believe in TJ, sorry, I cut you off. I got a little excited.
No, it's okay. No, go ahead.
But the games in which TJ Moore went off last year, 5 catches, 124 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's SMU. 5 catches, 108 yards, 1 touchdown. North Carolina's first play of the game. 8 catches, 92 yards, 11.5 yards per catch against Syracuse. And we just don't throw the ball to him. Yeah. South Carolina had 6 catches for 101 yards. South Carolina, he made some great plays down the stretch. Great plays, converted to some big-time third downs. I never understood last year why he wasn't getting targets. Never understood.
I just think, Will, Malachi Tony is clearly the best wide receiver in the ACC, and I think TJ Moore is the second best.
He is. But the difference between Malachi Tony and TJ Moore, they found out what they had in Malachi Tony, and they manufactured opportunities for him.
Yeah.
We found out we had TJ Moore, and we treated him like just another guy.
Right. Like, we'll get you the ball when we can get it to you, buddy.
Yeah, the offense will get you the ball when the offense gets you the ball. No. When you have playmakers, you get the ball in the freaking playmakers' hands.
He's going to have over 1,000 yards this year.
Absolutely. Last year, he had 837.
Yeah, he will have over 1,000 this year.
Yeah, I'm super excited for TJ Moore. I foresee an 1,000-yard receiver. I foresee a 10-touchdown receiver. I foresee a big-time year for TJ Moore. I don't want no spoilers. No spoilers. Let's go to number 2. Great first name for this guy. Great first name. Wish he'd go by the entire first name, but he has to half it up a little bit. But I get it. Yeah. I get it. There's not a lot of room in the world for a bunch of Williams, but there is a lot of room for Will Helt, even though he's massive, large, and in charge. Will Helt at number 2. If you don't mind, I'll take this one.
Go ahead.
6'6", 260 pounds. He's built like a freaking brick house. Dustin, last year when we got him out of Purdue, I was super stoked about him because he had 10 tackles for loss and 5 sacks for Purdue, where he was getting double teamed, and they're like, hey, that's what Purdue has on defense on the defensive line. He's a sophomore. Let's just take him out of the game. And still had 10 tackles for loss and 5 sacks. I thought his production was going to be a little bit higher because of TJ Parker, but we know how last year went. Mm-hmm. Still had 15.5 tackles for loss and 7.5 sacks. And honestly, what you don't see in that stat sheet was how many big-time plays he made. I mean, in the Syracuse game, that game gets way out of hand. Does he not, if he doesn't wreak as much havoc as he does in the backfield? The South Carolina game maybe is much different this year if he's not in the backfield putting so much pressure on Lenora Sellers. And he's big enough that Lenora Sellers is not running away from a guy like Will Helt. So Will Helt this year, I think he obviously is going to be the guy on the defensive line. There's nobody more tenured. There's nobody more talented. He is the guy. He is the dude. And the thing that I like the most about him, he's got the height and the weight. He's got the ability, and he's got the motor. You never see that dude walking. When he's on that football field, I mean, I go back to LSU. He was all over the place against LSU last year. I think he had a sack on Garrett Nussmeier and was just in the backfield the whole game. He can shore some things up. He's going to be a first-round defensive end this year. He is going to be a first-rounder this year. So, obviously, we lose him because he's a true senior. He's going to be gone. He will be a first-round defensive end, and add him to the board of the history of just another star defensive end going to the NFL from Clemson.
Yeah, I think like one of the things you said in there is like probably one of the biggest reasons why I have him so high on this list is just his want to. Like the guy has so much desire just to play football.
He's got a lot of will.
Yeah, I like that. So I know it sounds corny and I know it sounds cheesy, and besides all the talent, obviously, and all the measurables this guy has, like the guy does not stop. Like his motor is insane. He wants to be great. He just wants to win. Like this kid spent all the time at Purdue, not winning football games, comes to Clemson, has a disappointing year. Like the dude is hungry to win football games. And I think he's going to do everything in his power this year to do that. And he's the guy in the room. Like I think when you look at the defensive end room, you anticipate him and Jaheim starting, but there's a lot of guys like vying for playing time, right? But he is the solid figure in that room. I think he's one of the like most sure guys on defense, the whole team probably. And the other impact he has is he bats down a lot of balls at the line of scrimmage. Obviously, again, 6'6". It's a good answer for like a lot of quick game concepts, just being able to get his hands up in the air and bat balls down. And
get your hands on balls.
Yep, that's what we like to do here. Yep.
That's another T-shirt.
Yep. But I think he's going to have a year statistically that is that coincides with going in the first round, maybe early second round. But I think the NFL is going to fall in love with this guy, and I think that he's going to have a huge impact on this defense.
Justin, if he goes second round, I'll be shocked.
Really?
Shocked.
It's a loaded group in defensive ends this year, though.
Shocked.
Okay.
I agree with you. It is loaded.
Colin Simmons, Dylan Stewart.
Dylan Stewart's battling a back injury. He's really not come back from yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Colin Simmons is built different. Okay, that's three. That's two defensive ends.
Cleve Lubin.
We talked about. Okay, you're right. Cleve Lubin's short.
He is actually short.
And you talk about, you know what the NFL prioritizes over anything on this planet?
Hands and arms.
No, defensive ends is what I'm getting at.
Oh.
Yeah, Jason Pierre-Paul, hands and arms and fingers.
Yeah.
Gotta have all your fingers. I know that's your guy down there in Tampa, or was your guy down there in Tampa Bay.
But also, like, I guess we should mention Rumph in this equation too. Like, Rumph has gotten the most out of guys. You know,
well,
TJ Parker be damned. The rest of that room has gotten better every year Chris Rumph has coached.
Yeah, I really didn't mean to put a finger gun at you, Dustin.
Don't point at me, dude. Don't point at me, dude.
My bad. I got a little excited. The most important thing that tells me about who Chris Rumph is as a coach, Will Holt came back. You talked about it earlier. Two losing seasons at Purdue, comes to Clemson with a national championship caliber roster and has another piss poor season. And he came back.
Oh, we also paid him pretty well.
So you don't think another school would do that?
No, they would have.
Yeah, I mean, they plucked another defensive lineman from us.
Yeah, this is probably one of the best defensive ends in the ACC, I think, for sure.
Yeah, he's up there. Cleve Lubin, him, the entire Miami roster.
Damon Wilson,
yeah. Which anyway, that's another topic. Damon Wilson, I think, is good. Anyway, I think we'll help Damon Wilson, but that's neither here nor there. Dustin, wrap us up. Who's our last one? Who's our guy?
I mean,
it's our number one player headed into 2026 for the Clemson football season.
It's no surprise. It's Sammy Brown. I think that is the leader of the team, the leader of the defense, the most sure guy, the guy that's a preseason All-American, likely Butkus Award finalist. I mean, this guy might have 120 tackles this season, Will.
Yeah.
Because we're not sure who's playing next to him either. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like he's playing next to a stud who's going to eat up some of his production. This guy's going to have to clean up a lot.
I love it. And he had 106 tackles last year with a guy like Wade Woodaz next to him, which say what you want about Wade Woodaz. I mean, but 106 tackles is nothing to shirk about a guy who got right next to him who got drafted to go play in the NFL, play linebacker in the NFL.
He's such a Clemson linebacker too. I know he wears 47 and looks like he should probably have a neck roll on out there, but like, he's just like a downhill athlete that just wants to get downhill. How many tackles for loss did he have last year? Wasn't it like 13 and a half? 13
and a half is spot on. Are you not? You have to be looking at that. There's
I
rattle that off.
I did rattle it off. Sorry, man.
Dude, you're built different.
How many sacks? Was it 7 sacks?
Five sacks.
Okay.
He had 5 sacks his freshman and his sophomore year.
Yeah.
He also had 5 passes deflected. I want to turn those into picks. He had 1 pick last year.
This is a guy who will go before the second round. Second round or second. He's not going to first round linebacker.
You just said before the second round.
Before the third round. So he's either going first round or second round.
So, and the reason why he wouldn't go first is the NFL doesn't value linebackers like they used to. But a guy with this kind of athletic pedigree, they will invest in, because he's a guy who can guard tight ends. Which brings me to my one knock on him. If you want to nitpick Sammy Brown, he's got to get better in the passing game.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to get better in the passing game. Is he a liability in the passing game? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Could he use some work? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But what he does best is you let that man rip and just go eat. And having Ben Boulware as his coach could not be more perfect for his play style. Could not be more perfect. I can't wait for Sammy Brown to be the dude and see how this works out. First off, he's got a mullet, which, I mean, there's 50 tackles right there. He gets 50 tackles just for his haircut. Second, he's as fast, if not faster, than some of our safeties. And then at his height and weight, what is he, 6'3"? He's 6'2", 235. He's not small. He can run. He's strong as a damn brick house. And when he tackles people, I mean, if you go back to which this is going to make me want to vomit, but I'm gonna do this for you. I'm gonna do this for you, Dustin, in the Valley Rats. In 2024, against South Carolina, there was one person on Clemson's roster who could tackle Lenora Sellers. One person, and that was Sammy Brown. That was Samuel L. Brown. Right? I'm gonna leave it at that because I'm gonna get pissed if I keep talking about that. Only person who could do it. He plays with his hair on fire. He knows the defense. He's been in it for 3 years now. Something's got to give. And I think what's going to give, he's going to give the nation and defensive coordinators nightmares over his ability on the football field. I think he's going to take a huge step forward as a player this year.
Yep. Game plans are going to be built around where is Sammy Brown.
Right. And you have to think this is his first time in his career playing for the same defense coordinator. He played for Wes Goodwin his freshman year, and he played for Tom Allen his sophomore year, and obviously then Tom Allen again.
Yeah.
So he'll have the same coach for this position coach and same defense coordinator for the first time in his career. That's huge. Mm-hmm. There's some comfort in that. I don't see with the intangibles that he has that he's not the number one player on this team. But I'll also say this, Dustin, if I told you that I had TJ Moore number one overall on my team or on my list, would you argue with me?
No.
If I had Bryant Wesco as number one on my list, would you argue with me?
Probably not.
Will help.
Yeah, I wouldn't push back too hard.
Elliott Washington, maybe you're arguing with me.
Yeah, I would argue with you. You're crazy, man.
I think the top four, though, I think all of them could be the best player. I wouldn't doubt it.
All four could go first round after this year.
Yeah, which is we're gonna. That's a good segue.
Yeah,
that's a good segue. Who's getting drafted? So let's do a little draft preview. Well, I went to go pull up the roster as we were doing this practice, and I was like, you know what? Why am I pulling up the roster? If you're not one of the 25 best players on the roster, you're probably not getting drafted. Yeah. Is that fair to say?
Very.
Yeah. So about 3% of college players go to play in the NFL. That means 3 people per team, or maybe even less than that. So if you have 100 guys, 115 guys on the roster, you might have 3 guys get drafted. Now, at a place like Clemson, they're an outlier. We put 9 guys was it 9 guys drafted last year?
9 guys.
Yeah. It's a lot of people.
You know how many we're putting this year?
How many?
I think we're putting 7.
7?
Yeah.
Good gracious. Let's work through it. So this is why I think it's crazy when people say we're going 7-5.
So we got the top 5: Elliott Washington, TJ Moore, Bryant Wesco, Sammy Brown, Will Help, right? Top 5
could
all could go and get drafted. Elliott Washington's a senior, he has to go. Will Help's a senior, has to go. Other 3 guys could come back essentially if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Another guy that could come back, but's probably going pro, Ashton Hampton.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he's already getting some first round buzz and by some scouts. And then my 7th, and people may say this is a stretch, but you're going to have to hear me out on this, is Olsen Pat Henry.
I don't think that's a stretch.
But it's because of how much the tight ends being valued by the NFL when you look at the draft now and how many tight ends are getting drafted. And I think that this guy is perfect for the Chad Morris offense. So if he has a big year, I think he's like a 4th, 5th, maybe 6th round tight end at some point. And that's your 7.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. So if you're saying 7, like you said, it's the top 5 plus Ashton Hampton plus Olsen Pat Henry. Do you see a world where Chris Johnson Jr. gets drafted?
No,
I don't think so. I think he's a little slender at this point, and I think he needs to prove it consistently throughout the entire year. We think he will this year. It needs to happen. We need to turn our thinks into no's. Do you see a guy like Tyler Brown getting drafted after this year?
No.
I think this is where I would disagree with you. I think a Tyler Brown could get drafted. I think he'd be a 6th or 7th round guy. I think he could get drafted. I don't think he leaves though, because he's got one more year.
Yeah, he does.
I believe his sophomore year he battled injuries and ended up getting the red shirt because of that. So I think a Tyler Brown could get drafted this year. I don't think he will, but I think he could. And it goes back to the Chad Morris offense. The slot is used heavily. Mm-hmm. Your small gadget guy is going to be used in a lot of different functions. And to show that versatility is going to be huge for late round wide receivers. So and if they let him go back and return punts again, you know what keeps you in the league? You know what gets you in the league and keeps you in the league? Special teams. So if he's proven they can play special teams in college, odds are he'll do it also in the NFL.
Oh, yeah, that's another one. Do you think like Nolan Hoosier is getting drafted?
I don't think he's getting drafted. I think he will be one of the first calls as an undrafted free agent. Yeah. I don't think he's getting drafted. I think last year ruined his draft stock. Ruined it.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a guy who goes 4 years.
You think Jack Smith ends up in the NFL?
Yeah, I think so.
Somewhere on the practice squad.
So, fun fact. Can I give you a fun fact?
Are you about to talk about Pinion?
I'm about to talk about Bradley Pinion.
Okay, go ahead.
So Bradley Pinion's a junior my sophomore year. And he comes in the locker room after one of the games. He goes, guys, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna go to the NFL. We laugh. Like, well, all right, dude. You're a punter. Like we thought he was kidding.
Yeah.
He goes, no. I'm freaking serious. Like I'm not gonna finish my senior year. I'm gonna go get drafted. But dude, you're an idiot. You're really an idiot. Like that's the stupidest thing you could do. You're a punter. Get your degree. Not only has he been in the NFL for over 10 years, I'm pretty sure he got drafted in the third round. Was he a third or a fifth round draft pick?
I don't remember that.
He was a draft pick. And yeah, he's been in the NFL for now 11 years for like 3 different squads, which means he's really freaking good at what he does.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, we're like, dude, you're an idiot. That could not be. I remember Chandler Catanzaro looking right at him and saying, Brad, that's stupid. That's a stupid thing to do. Now, that's coming from a guy who played in the NFL who probably, I think he also got his doctorate. He's a freaking genius. So he shouldn't count. But
yeah, no, that's such a huge weapon for this defense because I think Jack Smith was awesome last year. And it's kind of funny. Well, I'll say ironic, but like we're sitting there talking.
No, it's funny. I know exactly.
Sitting there talking we're also like, they're interviewing Jack Smith and they're talking about, like what's really changed for you this year. And he's like, well, I actually have a punter coach now. And they're like, what do you mean you have a punter coach? He's like, no one really taught me how to punt. Like they legitimately didn't have a guy teaching him how to punt. You know what I mean? And then they hired this, what's his name? Allen. I always want to say Ray or Josh. It's not Ray or Josh.
I don't know.
But he's like a specialist coach. So he taught Jack Smith how to actually punt. And he was awesome. You know what I mean? And so I think like he's going to have a whole nother year of being taught by that former Patriots punter. What's his name?
The former Patriots punter?
That's who our specialist coach is, man.
Dude, it is not.
I got to look it up now. Am I way off?
Interesting. No, you're not way off. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Ryan Allen, special teams player development and specialist coach for the Clemson.
What a name to forget.
Yeah. But I always want to say Ray Allen or Josh Allen. Those are the 2 Allens that just bounce around in my brain every time I think Allen.
Dude, just do it.
But anyways, so second year under Ryan Allen, only bad game was the Pinstripe Bowl because they made him throw a pass in the first 4 minutes of the game. Do you remember that?
I try not to. That was horrendous.
So, but he had an awesome year, and I think he's going to have another great year. I don't think he's getting drafted as a punter, but I think he will be in the NFL somewhere.
I mean, if he has a 45-yard average again,
yeah,
I wouldn't doubt it.
He was very good, man.
Phenomenal, which is ironic. This is where I thought you were going to go. It was ironic that all this time we've needed a good punter, and we never could get one.
No, we thought our team was loaded last year, but all we were missing was a punter. And then it turns out all we had was a
freaking punter.
What a year, man.
I mean, years. I mean, I can see Austin Pendergeist. What's his name? Austin
Pendergeist. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know who you're talking about.
I feel his tweet every single time when he's like, another week of us playing the Ray Guy Award winner.
Yeah.
And
every guy that punts against Clemson is the best punter he's ever seen.
Which he really is. Like it really is insane. It's freaking insane that they have like people. There must be something in the air down the Blue Ridge Mountains. So, Sammy Brown, do you think he gets drafted this year?
I actually think that he may come back for another year.
Play with his brother.
Mm-hmm.
Get a first
round awesome. Which would be awesome.
That would be awesome. I mean, and honestly, in the NIL era, that's not far fetched.
Yeah.
Like guys, it's not like you're leaving nothing to go hit bank. Now, there are no colleges paying guys like you could get drafted in the first round. That money is substantially larger than anybody's getting paid in college football. Let's go ahead and make that clear.
Yeah.
You're getting $20 million as a first round draft pick. You are not getting that as Jeremiah Smith is not making that money.
Right.
I think he's making $4 million.
Yeah.
which anyway. I think he comes back. I'll put my money on that. I say he comes back. Will Help is gone. I think he's a first or second round pick. I would put money on him being a first round pick. Yeah. Maybe we should do a bet on this, Dustin. You want to bet on it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, I bet you a 6-pack that Will Help's first round draft pick.
And I bet you he's not.
God, I forgot you hate Clemson.
Yeah, scumbag.
TJ Moore,
first rounder.
I think he goes, and I think he's a first or second round pick. I think he's similar to the Nuke thing where he gets drafted late in the first round.
Yeah.
I would hate to see it, but I think he goes. It makes me sad.
Yeah.
Bryant Wesco. I think he comes back.
I think he comes back.
Elliott Washington goes, and where do you have Elliott Washington?
Like mid-teens. I don't think he's going to be like.
But a first rounder?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be like the first corner off the board. He'll probably be like the fourth or fifth, I would say.
I think the fourth or fifth corner puts you in the second or third. I think it puts you in maybe even the third round.
No,
you're right. Second round. So you got him in the second round or first round?
First round.
I got him as a third round guy.
Okay.
I hope you're right. Ashton Hampton. Gone, first rounder.
Gone, yeah, second round.
I agree. I think he's a second rounder. I still think he's gone, though. Olsen Pat Henry.
Gone, fourth, fifth rounder, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I think he'll be a fourth rounder. Who else are we missing? That's it, right?
I think so. Unless you see it.
Corey Myrick or Jerome Carter.
Yeah, they're interesting. I do think like part of the allure of coming to Clemson in the transfer portal as a junior is that you come back for 2 years. Kind of same thing with Will Help. Like he probably could have gone last year, but he didn't. He came back. So I think both those guys are likely to come back and get 2 years of Power 4 football under their belt. But I could be wrong. They could have a really good year and go. But I think both could probably come back for 2027.
I think one of them goes.
Which one?
If I had to put my money on it, I think Corey Myrick goes.
Okay.
I think Jerome Carter. I think Corey Myrick's game translates better to the Power 4. I think Jerome Carter is going to be a good safety. I think Corey Myrick's going to be an NFL safety after this year.
I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah. I mean, Jerome Carter had 6 picks last year. I don't think he has 6 picks this year. I think that skill set does translate. I don't think it translates to that same degree. Mm-hmm. But Corey Myrick having 91 tackles, I don't care what league you play in. If you're a safety and you can make that many tackles, that's going to translate. And it's not like he wasn't making plays in the backfield. He had 4 pass deflections and a couple picks last year too. So I think Corey Myrick gets drafted. So I think our number next year is really close to the 9 again. I think we might get. Oh, sorry, I'm losing you.
I know, isn't that crazy? No, I was saying. It's crazy, right? Like people think all the talent at Clemson's gone, and we're sitting here talking about 7 draft picks next year again.
Well, that's why you.
So that means 16 draft. That's 16 draft picks in 2025. Isn't that crazy?
That is insane.
Like, on the 2025 Clemson Tigers.
Well, no, not
crazy?
Technically, because there's a couple of transfers that we think might get drafted, but still, that's still crazy.
Yeah.
So. This is why I think it's crazy when people say we're going 7-5, Clemson's dead, and yada, yada, yada. We're still super talented. It comes back to the quarterback position. We've said it 1,000 times. We better hope that I'm more right on Chris Vizinga than you are. I got him at 15. We'll say that.
Yeah.
Justin, you got anything to add? You got any grass facts for us? What kind of grass grows in Mexico? Not the legal kind.
I think it's probably Bermuda grass is what they're playing on if it's the FIFA fields.
We might need to switch it up. I think we're out of grass. What's your favorite grass to look at?
I look at Bermuda every day.
Is that your favorite to look at?
Yeah, Bermuda's awesome.
You don't like Kentucky bluegrass?
I do. I think the striping with like the Kentucky bluegrass and the ryegrass is better.
I think a baseball field is the sexiest field on the planet. It's
just wrong, man.
Look at a baseball field and tell me it's not the sexiest.
I've looked at a baseball field. You know, actually, so the St. Louis Cardinals is probably the coolest field I've ever seen.
This is why you don't like it.
They mowed the arch into the outfield with like this crazy design around it, and it was really cool. And I was like, I don't know how the hell they did that.
And you still tell me that baseball fields aren't the sexiest fields in all of sports.
Are you counting golf courses?
I don't golf, man. So I guess I'm not. Golf's not a sport.
It's an activity. Is that what your take is?
Yeah, it's like chess, man. It's all in
It's
your head.
like chess.
It's all in your head. You gotta have good technique, and if anyway.
Yeah, golf is closer to billiards than it is a sport. I would say that.
Golf's a sport. Don't do that. Golf's a sport.
Yeah,
it's not a sport. Anyway, that's Dustin Black. I'm William Cockrell. Who's winning, Mexico or England?
England just went up 2-0.
2-0?
Yeah, dude. Aztec will be damned. They don't care.
Wow. They say, hey, play the music all night long in our
Yeah,
hotel.
they just scored their second like 3 minutes ago.
Are you watching it?
I got a side eye on it.
Does it look abusive? Like, does it look like they're just outplaying the hell out of Mexico, or are they just capitalizing?
No, it looks like it's been a close game, but I think the England's just capitalized on their chances from what I've seen.
Who scored? Harry Kane?
No, I think Bellingham just scored. I couldn't tell.
I don't know if they had anybody else on their team.
Yeah, they do. They got some players, man.
You could have gotten me with a FIFA fact. I don't think I can name 10 players in this FIFA World Cup.
The whole World Cup, you can't name 10 players.
I could do it. Would you like for me to try?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Name all the guys that you know. Like, start with France. Who do you know on France?
Mbappe.
Okay, who else?
Dembele. Who's the guy? Huh?
Dembele.
Does that count?
That's 2, yeah.
Okay, that counts. I don't know the third guy, but the third guy on France is really good too. They're 3 strikers. Let's go to Colombia. Jamie Rodriguez.
James Rodriguez.
That's the only player I know in Colombia.
Okay, that's 3.
Shout out my man Juan. My man Juan told me about him. He said he's the best player in Colombian history. So pretty good. Don't know anybody on Brazil because Neymar's not there.
Okay, he is there. He just scored a PK today.
I know Neymar.
What about England? So you'd know Harry Kane.
That's it.
So you're at 6. You're at 6 names right now.
Erling Haaland.
That's 7.
Who's another big team that's in? Oh, Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo. Easy.
8, 9.
Oh, and then I can just name U.S. players.
Yeah.
Dude, I did it.
Look at that, man. You've been soccer.
We have a pitch. I can't name one goalie. I can't even name Freeze is on it. Scott Freeze?
Matt Freeze.
I
think Mexico just scored. They did score.
All right, I got to get logged in.
It's 2-1.
That's Dustin Black. I'm William Cockrell. Tune in. Oh, I kind of wanted to talk about what we're doing coming up. It's been an hour. You'll find out. No spoilers on this episode. We'll see you in the next one.